Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm Games here, back with another video, and today's video we're going to be doing some more GFX reviewing. So today we got Icy here with me because I said that we were going to be doing that this time. Actually, I don't even remember if I said it at the end of the last video, but I definitely said it on Discord. So that's what we got today, and we got a good amount of people. I think we got a little bit extra than we had last time, so that's pretty cool. And we're going to check them out. From what we count, I got 13 people. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I really do hope I did not. And we're going to try to get it done all in one video. So I don't want to waste any time. I don't want to waste any of your time. I know you guys just want to get reviewed. And then hopefully we can get this video out way quicker than I did last time, because it took a while to get those ones out, like 2 weeks or something. So we're going to hope that doesn't happen. So without further ado, let's hop into the first person. Alright, so first person we got is RedStone, which I believe he did not send anything last time. I might have to check real quick. No, he did not. Yeah, last time I messaged him was a while ago. So, we got 3 things from him. I know one he really wanted to get in the video, the first one, because it's cursed rhyme style stuff. So, we're going to check that one out first. So, let's go. Alright, so, rhyme style cursed Super Saiyan 4 thumbnail. I've seen this. I think he takes pride in these cursed thumbnails.
Yeah,
I think he takes pride in them. So let's get right into critiquing. So first off, I'm gonna say this Gogeta side right here. It looks nice. I like this Gogeta side. I like what you did with the directional blur on the Z power, because it kind of gives it a depth of field effect. They're not all in the same place.
Yeah.
So I like that. I'm not sure what's going on in the background because it was really dark, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if he just darkened it or if it was some effect. I don't know. He probably just had a dark background, which worked fine. I think darker backgrounds are better than lighter backgrounds the majority of the time anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, I can see that there's a couple instances where you use a little bit too much sharpen. Mostly on this corner. You guys can't see what I'm clicking, but the corner of this Z power, you see the green? Yeah, that's sharpened. It happened to me in Offset video actually for Vegito for this same thing. The Z power. Except mine was much worse. I admit to these mistakes. I think the entire thing was green. Or not like to where it was like very visible. It's visible. It's visible. It's very visible. That was a boo-boo on my part, but it did happen, and I could see a little bit on this one, a little on this, just a little bit on these parts, and then also on the sides here. That's just the Rhyme's face and stuff.
I think from what I'm seeing, I also do like how he changed the render for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. There's like this flop instead of the normal render, because I think sometimes people experimenting with that type of stuff is actually good, because it try new things. I always advocate for that. Always just try stuff and then see what it does. As for some things that I see, I notice right away. I feel like it's really dark at the bottom.
He definitely put a gradient, which it can work, and I like to use it. I just made a thumbnail that I use it in, and it's good, but I'm not sure if it's necessary here, or maybe just not as much gradient, right? It does feel really dark.
Yeah, I don't think you need to get rid of it. I think honestly just less of it.
And the last thing I want to note is that the hair is just quite obviously not cut out great. It's it's really you can really see the edges. So that would be probably the last thing that I would really critique on. But otherwise, really cool concept. I like what you did. Put the eyes red. Although this red here on this eye isn't it's not symmetrical with the other eye.
Yeah.
So I know this eye's technically squished, but the proportions still aren't right with that, because that should be here. But nonetheless, exchange the eyes blue. It's cool. It's a cool concept. So let's move on to the next one. Next we got LF Trunks, a showcase. Off rip, I would definitely say I like what he did with this one, flipping the render. It makes it unique. I would definitely say that the sharpen on this looks good. I think it makes it look good this time. I think when I was messing around with this render, sharpen with this render just makes it looks clean. It's clean. And then the text, I feel like it's a little bit basic.
Yeah, text is...
so he's got this inner shadow here going on type of thing. I don't know
how I like that. It looks makes it kind of blurred.
It's kind of blurred, right? And I think it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't think it should be. I like actually how the background kind of contrasts from the render. It's kind of a completely different color, and I feel like it kind of looks cool.
Yeah, from the looks of it, this is definitely a Legends background because you can see the black stuff. I just don't know. This might be his.
It could be. I don't know.
Knowing RedStone from his style, I think it probably is his. So that's cool. Personally, I probably would have actually changed it to red, but I could see where the appeal comes from the contrast in blue.
Yeah.
I probably would have changed it myself, but I could see that. And then this side, the left side of Trunks' hair, very bright. I think this like toned down everything here going on here. All besides that, it's a pretty simple thumbnail. Maybe just spicing it up with just some like something to make it pizzazz. Like if the text looked really really good, like top tier, that would bring it out.
Use the text a lot of times with a thumbnail. I feel like also definitely can make or break a thumbnail. Like the edit itself can look good, but then with the text, if it looks really basic,
it's just like dang, what the heck went wrong here?
Yeah.
So that. Anything else you gotta say? I think that's the main draw from it. I think the text is the biggest thing to be fixed here, but some of the glow parts are a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, this is for his Sonic Unleashed playthrough he started doing. I already see a problem in that RedStone does not usually have this part. That's weird. How did he mess that up?
That's immediately what I saw. I was like, what?
How did he mess up the cutting for this effect?
Yeah.
That's not like him, because he's pretty experienced with this type of stuff. The aura is a cool type of aura. Like, that's a unique way to do an aura. It looks cool white for Sonic. Like, that's interesting. Although I do think in certain parts it's a little bit overbearing. Like, this part is just all white. Some of the parts are just all white.
Yeah.
I think the dark works here because it's darkness. It's kind of how Sonic Unleashed is built. The background looks pretty neat, as it looks like you can see some stars, but it's not like necessarily space. It's more of a almost like Alaska, right? Like that's what it reminds me. Alaska Night. Which is cool because that's a stage in the game, so like make it realistic. He's got like some splatter effects here. I would clean this up a little bit. I don't even know if it needs to be that again. I think the thumbnail would probably be cleaner without it. I
like the
effects, but
I definitely like how he changed the render like saturation.
Yes, make it look a little bit more dark and just undersaturated, which I think really helps here.
Yeah.
It kind of bugs me that the render's not centered. It's like it's an OCD thing. I don't know. It's just like this. There's a clear line right here in the middle of the render that I feel like we should just go with. But besides that, it's a pretty decent thumbnail. It's very simple. There's nothing like he didn't go like really creative with it in the sense where like he didn't like make use of like crazy assets and stuff to like like how some people do with Dokkan and stuff, which is harder to do with a game like this. Obviously, I'm not expecting craziness, but at the core, it's just a render with glow, with light.
With light and then the text. And it's not like
it's not crazy, but it looks good enough. Like it looks good enough. I think the glow could be cleaned up to the point where like it maybe like if you, because for this type of game, it's more realistic, right? This type of thumbnail too. Yeah. So I would say go for like a more subtle glow, right? Kind of like a manipulation type style. That's what for Sonic Unleashed, it just feels so realistic compared to other Sonic games, that's why I would do that. And the reason I can critique so hard about Sonic Unleashed stuff is because I'm a connoisseur at Sonic Unleashed. It's my favorite game. So any Sonic Unleashed stuff, I think there's some more in here too. Any stuff like that, I definitely get to the bottom of. So cool thumbnail. I would just just some of the stuff I was talking about, I would change. But that's it for RedStone. Time wise, I think we're going okay pace, so let's keep it moving. Next we've got Abyssal, which I don't think he did not send last time, so now we got this. I remember looking at this first one, the Trunks and Mai and Goku Black and Zamasu layout, and I remember looking at the Goku Black and Zamasu side, and I was just like, something about this is like, normally I wouldn't really like feel like appalled by it, like it's like, oh, this looks sick, but something about it looks like it just like it feels right. And I think it's this effect here that's coming, the purple, like purplish white effect at the bottom. It's LF Rosé's effect, and it feels like it fits. It just fits here. So I feel like everything with, I don't know what this background.
What is that? A dragon?
Scales? Like what? But this effect at the bottom, it just feels like it fits here. So I mean the glow looks pretty nice. The render feels like it has like a slight glow to like the contrast is a little bit up. Which I think actually makes it look kind of nice in this darker setting. Like it kind of like contrasts it from the darker setting, which so I like this side is actually not too bad in my opinion. I definitely think like this other pink effect here maybe wasn't even necessary, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
or it could just been blended better.
I think that's honestly like in the main scheme of this whole layout I'm seeing. I feel like just some of the blending could be better, because if you're going to
Yes.
use a lot of effects, then I think you need to be able to blend them very well so they don't overbear the whole thing. Makes it look really bright. I mean, if you're like bright, that's fine, but there's a limit to how much you should go.
All right, and then the Trunks in my side. This side is definitely subpar compared to this side. And I think part of it is because this side is being saved by the render itself. Trunks in Mai is a difficult render to work with, just as Goku, Trunks, and Pan is a difficult render to work with. Just dual renders in general are a bit hard. They get it lucky because of the way they put them. They did good because it works well for layouts, because it's like a very linear. This is horizontal, making it harder. So with these types of things, you have to put in the effort to cut out Mai by herself in order for it to look good. Or you can try a different method where you use rocks, buildings. Buildings works good for future Saga stuff, right? In GT, because destroyed buildings everywhere. Buildings to cover this lone area down here. So it's not just effects here, because with the effects here, it just looks kind of tacky. If you have this kind of like covered up, this area covered up, you have a situation where, you know, it feels like something should be there because it feels realistic, because with the buildings or like the rocks or something. But it also covers up the space at the same time.
I feel like you could do something really nice actually with this. I just thought of this looking at it. Like, so when like talking about like cutting out the render, if you cut out like Mai, maybe like make Trunks bigger and maybe put Mai behind Trunks, almost like contrasting, like
exactly.
I feel like that actually
that would look cool. So you're saying Mai on this side, and Trunks more moved over, and they're kind of looking in different directions. That could look cool. That could look cool. I definitely see that, and that'd actually be easier to do because you might not even need to cut out Mai that way if you can hide this Trunks over here.
Just legit, just put another one in.
Actually, I don't think you'd have to cut out any of them. If you move this Trunks enough, this Mai will be gone, and if you make another one, the Trunks would be gone.
The Trunks would be gone. So I feel like you might need to like erase a little bit. But
It probably. Honestly, I think the biggest downfall of this is just composition of the render. In terms of things I like this scarf glow. I think it looks really nice. But besides that, I think a lot of those changes should be made, and it would look really good. All right. Next one. Okay, there's a lot. Kid Buu.
Lots of effects.
Kid Buu. All right. So Offrip, yes, we both see this. This is very overbearing. Kid Buu, white glow. That's fine. You can choose whatever color you want, as long as it's not like green. Like we both said, green or orange. Like what? But this is crazy. There's a lot here, and it's a little bit much. Dark background can work. I think it works good for Kid Buu because darker theme villain, you know. But we don't want the effects to be so overbearing to the point where it just seems really in your face, very bright to look at, and the text is covered. Not to mention the text is very simple, like we were talking about. An edit can look great, but if the text isn't as good, then it kind of takes away from it. That's kind of this situation. I feel like this was just like a matter of he put the render down, started putting effects, and just like wanted to fill up the empty space with effects, and that's why there's so many effects here.
So much effects. You
could have just made the render bigger.
Realistic. Like, you don't. I feel like that's an issue with a lot of people too. Like, they worry, newer people.
Yes.
They worry that they don't want to make it too big. Obviously, they want to show the render. A lot of times though, you don't really need to show all the. Like, you could zoom it in a lot.
You can. You could show Kid Buu just up to like barely his like the top of his chest.
Exactly, and you his head, and it look like if you can make
put a nice good. Legends Limited here, legendary finish in the background. Put some like blur, like that. You remember that one Revive Gohan thumbnail I made?
Yeah.
Like that type of style. It could look good.
It looks good like that. You don't have to use the whole render or a majority of the render.
I just rendered Super Saiyan 3 Goku's in the text.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when he made this. He said that.
That's cool.
It's a cool thing to do.
If this wasn't covered by the effects, I think it could work.
Yeah, you just can't see it. Yeah, so it's like.
I think this is just a little too much. Just like, you know, it's a lot of cleanup here to be done. But,
yeah, for sure.
Cool. And then this one, this is a cool concept. Who did this look like? Was it Dark Surges?
Dark Surges, yeah.
He made a similar one. This is cool. Okay. Biggest thing, this Trunks animation, you know, cool. I feel like this Trunks though shouldn't be such a highlight of the thumbnail. When it's not the same Trunks as the character, it's a different Trunks.
It's supposed to be Trunks animation, but it seems like more so of a highlight of the thumbnail.
I feel like he should have been like cut out and put in like kind of like how make him feel like more of a summon animation more than like a part of this Trunks' animations.
Yeah.
Like some people will put like animations on the side
And,
from the character, which is cool. But so basically, I make him less part of the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I think it's essentially what it is.
I
like this. He's put some good. I mean, why is this erased? I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like,
and then this is like faded out for some reason.
Yeah.
Because Trunks is going through it. Is that what's happening?
Is that what he's trying to do? Is that what he's trying to do? That's a cool like concept.
Is he cutting through it? Maybe. I think the hair glow would be cool and fine, but it's the color. I don't think the color, and then also it's very so he doesn't have a glow in his Trunks, right? From what I can see.
Yeah.
So this is the hair glow. This should not be coming out so much at the bottom of his hair. It should be more up here. Yeah, up. Right. I think blurring it honestly would have been fine, and then it would have fixed that.
I think. Yeah, I would say more orange.
Yeah, right. Yeah, more orange color. Maybe saturating the Trunks a little bit, slightly more, not too much. Like I was saying this a lot in my first video, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, like LS Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't know if we'll see anything from here, but Dragon Fist Goku, his render is really undersaturated. Like I feel like every time I use it, I need to saturate it a little bit at least because
I think every time I use it, I probably have.
I don't think there was a reason to put pull and release.
No, yeah, these are the same thing. And then the new, honestly, I don't see it too much of a reason for
I think this would have looked better off with like Z power.
Yeah, put some Z power in there.
So get rid of pull. I think get rid of pull.
Yeah,
actually, I don't know, because it fits here because this is a summon animation. So I understand pull here. Release maybe doesn't make sense here. Maybe that's what the issue is.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I think you could do it
either way could work.
Yeah.
Get rid of one of them. Get rid of this and go for Z power instead. It would make it look a little better. In my personal opinion, though, yeah, I think this render would have to be cut out to really be put to full use.
Yeah.
Which, you know, he might have cut it out because there is an aura on here.
It is, unless he drew it.
Yeah, unless he drew it. So I don't know if he did this. It looks pretty accurate drawing. Like it's actually like pretty straight. So props on that. I guess I'll give him that. But yeah, just little stuff like that. I think it could be fixed with those little changes. All right, next person. We have got okay, so you wanted to change one of them. Okay, so I guess we're not gonna do this first one. We got Mithra, or Rean. Go by a lot of names, but you know.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're gonna skip that. The first one. He said he wanted me to change that. So the first. Oh, okay, complete. All right, first one here we got is Namek Goku.
All right. I already know. Something with Rean. A lot of times he I feel like he puts the render down, does something cool for a little bit, and then maybe doesn't know what else to do, so then just ends it there. I think a lot more could be done in the background, obviously, because you know it just seems like a lot of empty space. That's definitely something.
One thing I learned as I went on with GFX. This particle effect, this specific one is bad. Like it's just not good.
I know. I stopped. I
don't use particles that often, or this one because they're too big. They need to be more subtle. I just don't like this. Is this the one from like Goten? Or
yeah,
like
I think it's
VB
I think it's Yellow Goten. Yellow Goten or
LVB. Like one of them have like this weird one. It's just like I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
This background is fine. I think it works fine. I think this glow could definitely be. Like, if you're gonna make it like this, just lessen it. Like, don't make it as... I hate when a glow, like, looks like all you did was put a glow, like, over the character. Like, basically, it's too uniform with the render. It needs to, like, not look like it was just put on. It needs to look more natural.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So, that's why I, like, when I do my glows, I just blur them a lot.
Blur them, yeah, and then, yeah. I think, because then it just looks like... You know, you put like how sometimes like you don't have a glow feature, sometimes you put like stroke.
It's just a border. It's just like that looks a little.
It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except it's definitely way better than that by far. Some people do that when they start out, and it just looks bad. Like I'm definitely I've done it before. PixArt, it's not the greatest for glows. It just is what it is. I don't remember what Rean uses. Probably PixArt or something. I don't know, but
I can't remember.
Okay, and then but the background, maybe just blur the background a little. I don't know if these black effects were necessarily needed, but sure, I guess it's fine. And then like this effect could be blended more because it's not blended at all. It's just like kind of put here with this opacity down.
Yeah.
Which definitely does not look as good as when it's blended.
I feel like if you put it on that side, why don't you just put it on the other side?
On the other side too? Yeah, I think it would have looked about better too.
Because it's just missing something.
Yeah, without going too crazy, I think that's what I would say for overall for that.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, it's similar situation.
I think it's a lot better.
It's just particles, though,
yeah, the
man.
particles.
These particles they don't look that good in my. They just really don't, and it's not cleaned up. This thumbnail's not cleaned up. Particles all over his face, particles all over his forehead, particle over his eye, particle in his nose and eye. It's literally on his eye. Yeah. The background being dark, I think actually works here.
It's good.
The glows for these, like again, they look too uniform. Although actually for background characters, I think you can get away with it a bit more because they're kind of meant like that.
It looks like that might just be the render, honestly.
Or that too.
Yeah, like you know how like Butchigiri.
Yeah, Butchigiri and stuff have those renders. It could be that too.
Yeah.
I like this effect here. These like light rays almost looks like it coming off the fusions. That's cool. I don't know if he meant to do that, but it looks cool.
Yeah, for sure.
If the glows were more exemplified, like they look kind of just like really blue, not as much like glue, like they don't stand out as much, like whitish. Because they probably weren't blended. If they were, I think it would make the fusions pop out more, and it would look pretty good. And then I'm tint the fusions slightly blue.
Their colors are.
They look yellow, don't they?
They look yellow, yeah.
Yeah. I think they need to be more blue-ish. Not like you don't need to see that they're blue, but you know they need to look a little bit.
Yeah. Like the renders just. I don't know if he did that or if that's how the render actually looks.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Biggest thing, just clean up these particles that are just like all over the place. Like it's excessive. It's excessive. Yeah, but besides that, I think it's okay. It gets the job done. And then last one, GT Goku. Okay. First thing, starting off here, more particle issues. This guy, he loves using particles. It's very apparent. But look at this. This is all over his face. This effect. I know he doesn't know many great Kamehameha ball effects, which I don't even know either. Which is why I try to not do them as much as possible.
I know I don't like doing Kamehameha.
I just don't like them. But I'd probably rotate this so that this effect isn't right in his mouth. Yeah. Look how many particles are on this half of his GT Goku's body. It's like insane.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I mean, he's fine.
I think for placement, move GT Goku more to the left, then move him down right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
I think it just look more like.
I think
you'd be able to fill out the background.
I think this would look better if the background was more of a color-based background than like an actual background. Like if he like tinted the background with a color and then blurred it, so like you don't really see much of the actual background. It's more of just like like Dokkan thumbnails. Like a lot of people just go for like a color background. Yeah. That's like not obviously it's not just like a blank color, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. I think that actually probably would have worked a bit better here. But a lot of these things, the issues is that you're limited by your editing software, whatever you have.
Yeah, it does definitely come down to like your editing software as well. Like that's also an important factor in what you can do, what capabilities and what restrictions.
That's why I plan on doing a video soon where I use PixArt and stuff. One of the lesser editors, but editor that a lot of people use, just to show that there's a clear difference and that it does matter what you're using.
Yeah.
All right, I gave Rooster. The Rooster's the next person. I gave him a special exception. Give him 4 because
okay.
I do like this thumbnail, this last one, and we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Okay.
All right. First, Trunks one. All right.
This is
so I know that a lot of people, after I made a similar Trunks thumbnail with the cut slash, a lot of people were going for like they also wanted to use that idea, which is fine because I didn't create the idea, right?
Yeah.
He went for you because you had sent a reaction face, and a lot of people using some people. I think I'm gonna be in this later. A couple people use my reaction face. All right. Biggest thing, I feel like this slash looks like I feel like it shouldn't like you see how it kind of gets smaller here.
Yeah.
I feel like it should just be like a line, just a straight line.
This is not really like this is a picky, like it's not really like super like crazy, but The slash does curve. Yes,
it does curve.
It's not how
it's true. He did the similar thing, where he cuts like the face, like it looks like the face actually been cut.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Good, that's good.
Trunks being here, I mean, it's fine. I like this. This part is actually pretty nice. The chrome crystals being.
I know. Here. I do like.
It looks like the chrome crystals are going flying back from the explosion of him doing the key, that's pretty cool actually. So are the effects. Actually.
I think the lighting on Trunks, like the saturation up on him.
Yeah, looks good. This part looks good here. I think this could be pop out more. They release.
Yeah.
Just like make it.
I think it's probably under some of the blue, like layer of lighting.
Yeah. So it doesn't look red enough. It doesn't pop out enough. But I definitely think that would be good. I feel like the Trunks is just kind of here.
I think he's supposed to be like, he's behind me cutting.
Yeah, behind you cutting here.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think that's what.
Then that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
It does work as a way to get. I mean, otherwise there'd just be a lot of blank space here. So I think that works. For the most part, this is a pretty cool demo. Like, it's good. It's nice. Next we've got some. Oh, this is an overlay? So what is this? Just not part of it? I guess it's Kazuya from Genshin, or Kazuha, or from Genshin, whatever his name is. I guess. I'm assuming the layout is the Daki and Mob. So Mob right away. I remember seeing this. Very cool what you did with the aura. It looks very anime accurate. There's a texture that they sent in the chat, and you can find it online where you can get this texture which is how you can get this aura.
I know how to do that. I think without a texture, like on PC.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So looks cool, and the render is cool too. But besides that, not really much going on here, huh? It's kind of just the aura is the main.
I like the background, like colors and stuff. Like, it looks really
realistic to the show for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks realistic. But yeah, I can't really talk about much else because there's not really much else going on. So I guess we'll just move on to Daki. I was looking for these all over the place. The bands. I wanted to use this in one of the edits I made. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. I like when people use stuff from the show like that to make their things look more creative. I think the placement could have been better though. I'm gonna just say out right off. Like, I think this one should have been, like, instead of more down, it should have been more diagonal. This one might not have even needed to be here, to be honest. Or if he was gonna do that, it could have also been slightly more diagonal. And maybe not necessarily in front of her, could have been behind her. Yeah. What is this string effect? It's some lightning effect.
It looks kind of cool.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool looking thing. But then again, besides that, there's not really much else. They kind of that's
the thing with overlays.
Yeah, these are the main parts of it. So honestly, I can't really say too much. They look good. They look good.
Yeah.
If I could say anything, just like critique, I mean, I'll just maybe just make it brighter. Like this, like this overlay feels overall dark. And the thing with overlay is that you're gonna be watching it for the entire video. I think you want something brighter, not too bright, obviously, because then you're gonna be blinded the entire video. But but yeah. All right, next, Ultra Super Vegito summons. Yeah. All right, so we've got a phone here. Vegito coming out. I wish this Vegito render was more HD, but Dokkan. Dokkan assets be like that. Ultra here. I don't know if this Ultra. I mean, it's cool. I guess it works. The Ultra being cut here. I don't think it needed to be.
The shadow on it makes it look like it pops out.
Yeah, so that's cool. The Patara earring on your render is pretty nice.
Yep. I feel like I like how it stands out too.
Is he using Rhyme Style's background? That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Oh, like the room?
Yeah, his room. I think this is what this is. There's a bunch of Funko Pops and stuff on the things.
Yeah, it probably is.
Because I guess we haven't sent a background.
Yeah, I didn't.
So yeah. Z power. I mean, this just seems very simple. I think Chrono Crystals would have been good here, and I don't think this like blue effect here. I don't think it needed to be blue. I think you should have made it look more realistic. So basically, I don't think the background needed to be so dark. Like in these type of face thumbnails, I feel like they should exemplify the fact that it is a face thumbnail, and make the backgrounds look like they're actually sitting in that place rather than like making it super small.
Because you can't really, I guess, see it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, right? And so I think instead of all this blue here and like darkening the background, I think the background could have been pretty much a normal color. Just make it look like he's actually playing on the phone in his office. Like I think that works better for these types of thumbnails. I think that's all I'll say for that, because I think the execution of what you did works fine. I just think that the different execution could work. Oh yeah, and stuff like this is a pet peeve. Get this out the face, the particles, man. You gotta leave them off the face, man. Don't touch the face. All right, and then the last one, like we said, we're gonna. I gave an exception to him. Just this one. It looks cool. It's basically the same concept I did. With the Dragon Ball in the hand. Looks nice though. He decided to go for the dark Star Dragon Balls, the Black Star Dragon Balls. I went for a normal Dragon Ball, which the reason I didn't do the dark ones is because what's it called? They are kind of like they were already there with the black ones. So I figured that like the contrast of they came from the normal ones, so that's why I put a normal one in.
Yeah. So
but I think either works. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so you know what the thing is though? He's holding it and they're here.
Yeah,
that is another thing. He's holding a Black Star one and they're here. So,
I mean,
but
that's not really a thing.
I don't think I should be picky about that. That's not really fair.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's really dark, so it's kind of hard to see what's going on here. I think it's a city background, like a destroyed city background from the looks of it.
I think it is.
I use city effects in the front. I thought that was a good idea. But then if you did that, it would have looked exactly the same as mine. So, probably not the best idea. Although my render was reversed.
Yeah.
Just put some. I mean, it looks good. I think the lighting on this for like a Omega, like it looks nice. This Omega render is not the most HD, but it could also be Discord. Discord does
Discord
make qualities look bad sometimes.
It's crazy.
It's good. It's a good thumbnail. Purple as the color of choice, like bluish purple, is an interesting choice. I'm not sure if I would have quite done that. That's why I went for like pinkish purple.
That's what I was saying. I mean, like the bluish purple was a little interesting. I probably go more of a pink. Yeah.
All right, next person. We have got IZUKU. He only decided to do one. I was like, okay, sure. Wait, let me make sure he did one. He didn't say anything. Yeah, okay, this is awesome. Okay, all right. Namek Goku. He used this for a thumbnail. I remember. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna say, these rocks, no. I don't think these rocks work here. I think rocks are fine. I just don't think these rocks are good. Personally, I used to use them a lot, and I realized that they're kind of a bit big. I think they need to be more tinier rocks with blurred, and it just looks better. Let's see. Oh god, that was a voice.
I like it looks. I know it's obviously not, but it kind of looks like he's like coming out going up, and then like there's like a volcano almost. It's not supposed to look like that, but
it's because of the fiery looking effects and the smoke.
Yeah,
I think that's what's giving it.
So in that sense, it looks kind of cool like that.
Yeah. I think this is also a thing where Goku could have been zoomed in. I think it would have looked even better.
Yeah.
He's using this is literally just Goku's effects. This is literally his effects from his art. But if you zoomed him in, I think some of these like the background looks a little stale here. You know, just kind of a dark red.
Maybe experimenting with some character lighting changes could definitely help. Yeah, for sure. Just widen the horizons there, and I think the biggest thing, if this Goku is more zoomed in, I think you'd find that you'd have less empty space, which is a very smart thing to do. If you find yourself with too much empty space, try just making the render bigger. Zoom in the render.
And I think that's something you definitely could try and do, and it's I feel like it's helpful. Yeah. That's my biggest thing with this one. I think that's pretty much all I gotta say.